From This Corner with John Ball is brought to you by KNEO 91.7 The Word.
Good morning, welcome to From This Corner. I'm John Ball. From This Corner is dedicated to all the great things that go on in Southwest Missouri. And Southwest Missouri includes Newton County. So I'm very privileged to have Carrie, Cline, who is the director of the Neo Show, Newton County Library, and Pam Swink, who is the director of Youth Services. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
You bet. Hey, Pam, let's talk about first the storybook. And I got to tell you, let me set this up by telling you that we have a 6-year-old at our house. Last year, my wife took him religiously every week down to the park over where a lot of people don't realize, but the Big Spring Inn used to be. And you all had a storybook set up. Now it's gone across the street and it's getting a whole lot more activity. Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, when COVID hit, we were still trying to find ways to outreach to our children and keep them reading in the county. So a lot of the youth services coordinators in the state of Missouri did Zoom meetings and shared ideas. And one of the ideas was the story walk in local parks. So I went to Carrie and she said that she thought they were a great idea and it would keep our kids reading and staying on grade level. So we partnered with the City of Neosho, and we partnered with Seneca last year and Scholastic Book Club, and we just made it happen. We did craft kits to go with it. It changes every Friday. New story every Friday.
Now, because of some construction issues, we've changed it from over where the Big Spring Inn used to be. Now it's right in front of the clock, isn't it?
Yes, right in front of the clock. And actually, I have had several people tell me that they've noticed it more over there than they did on the other side. We put it on the other side because of the shade, but it seems to be doing just as well on the other side of the street.
Now, what these are, they're big signs that are set up, and you walk by and you read the first sign, then you go around behind and read the second part of the sign, and then move back and forth that way, right?
Right.
How long does it take to get through one of the stories?
Oh, just as long as it does to sit down and read a picture book to a child. And then walk to the library and pick up your craft kit.
Well, it is an exciting way to keep people and keep folks and their kids engaged in being able to read, and reading is vitally important. Carrie, that's what the library is all about. The library has been around for a long, long time, and we're fortunate to have that as an asset in Newton County. But it's not just in Neosho, it's in Seneca as well, right?
Correct, yes. We have a wonderful library in Seneca, and we're always looking for ways to grow down there also. And they have the same summer reading programs that we have up here. And she'll do the big ones on Tuesday at 10 o'clock here, and then we go down and do the same program in Seneca at 2 o'clock. And so she has story times down there on Thursdays. We have story times for preschoolers on Wednesday here. So we try to have the same programs at both locations because, and she has great turnout down in Seneca too, which is exciting to see.
Well, you know, the library has changed so much since I was a kid. I used to have to go, they would give me a card and I would show them my card, and then they would get in this file index and they would come up with a particular book that I may or may not have wanted to have, and they'll write down my name and they'll write down the time, the date that I got it, and 2 weeks later that when it was supposed to be back. And if it wasn't back, there was a really big fine, and it was 2 cents a day.
Yes, that's right.
So how have things changed since then?
Well, one of the exciting things that we did last March when we had to immediately shut down like emergency is we went fine free. We had to go fine free anyway. We couldn't charge people during the quarantine time, but we remained fine free with all of our books. The only thing we're still charging fines on are our DVDs, and we kept that in half. So we do need our DVDs back because people tend to keep those forever, but we're still getting our money back, and it's been really good. We're getting our items back. But I think a lot of the frustration has been with people when they get charged a little fine and they don't think it's fair. That frustration is gone now. And it's just part of our moving forward with good customer service. It's just people are happier now with it, and that's just one of the many, many changes we've made.
Well, the Neosho Newton County Library is a whole lot more than just going in and pulling out a book and sitting down and reading. You guys are very instrumental when it comes to lighting in the park. You're out there and you've got things going on, doing whatever it takes to keep kids involved. And I appreciate that. What are some of the other things you all do?
We have a lot of programs, like you said, for the families, but we also are trying to outreach into the communities. We put some hotspots, some free open Wi-Fi out in Stella. If you've ever been to Stella, your phone goes on emergency mode only. I've had a family say when Grandpa had a heart attack, we had to drive out of town to call 911. And that concerns me greatly. So we have hotspots that are open Wi-Fi in Stella, Fairview, Diamond, and Granby. And so we are actually, Stark City. And so we're going to be able to keep those up and running another year with the new grant that I just got. We're going to be able to put a locker in the east side of town, and so in the east side of the county. So where if you have a hold, I'll be able to drive it over there, put it in the locker, and you can just go to your town and scan your card. It'll authenticate, and that door will pop open, and your holds will be there. And so we're trying to outreach into the communities where it's a little harder for them to get to the library as it is for those of us who live here. And so we're really, really trying to meet all the needs of our county because the entire county pays taxes to the library. And even though Seneca and Neosho are sitting in a sweet spot, we really are trying to make it easier for everyone else to enjoy the resources that we have.
Okay, Pam, the story walk that we have, do you already have an idea of what the story is going to be for the rest of the summer, or do you just kind of get one at a time?
I haven't planned out all the way through August.
She does.
That's the way I roll. We have our craft kits already made and sitting on the shelf, and we did that early on last year in mind with having them in quarantine, but we've just stayed on top of it, and I know what the story walk's going to be all the way through August.
So what's going to be next week?
Next week is I think it's Pine and Booth. But we've got Bruce, Mother Bruce. We love Mother Bruce books. I know he is in the next 2 weeks with a craft to go along with them. And we read Mother Bruce a lot to our Storytime kids because he's a fun bear.
Okay, story time. Tell me about that.
Storytime, 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. The kids come in and pick a seat, and we sing songs. We read a couple of stories. We play color games. And then we always do a craft.
Okay, so once again, back when I went to the library, I realized that was just sometime after the advent of the horseless carriage. You went into the library, and I remember the one up on Jefferson Street as well. The first thing that happens, there's someone there going, shh, and everybody was very quiet.
Yeah.
You kind of tiptoed in, and you walked around and you found the book that you needed, and there were these huge mahogany tables there, and you could sit down and either go through the book then, or you could pick it up and take it away. That's not happening now, is it?
No. We encourage our kids to come in and be kids. The children's set, we have a nice, huge children's section now, and we encourage our kids to come in and be kids and pick their books, and that's our main concern is that the kids feel welcome and feel at home in our library.
We have a lot of resources for the children too, that they want to come to the library over anything else in town. They want to be here. So that's good.
Yeah, we have computers with children's games on them that are locked down. They cannot access the internet on them. We do book bundles now. When COVID hit, parents were still wanting to bring books home to the kids, so they would come in a rush. So Mr. Mark had the idea to gather up 5 books in a bundle on a certain subject, whether it's bears, rabbits, space, dinosaurs. So we pull the books. It's always 5 books. We wrap them in a bundle, and then the parents could come in and just say, oh, well, my child likes books on trucks. So they grab the truck bundle and they go to the front desk. It checks out just like the regular book. That's been a huge hit.
Saves them time.
Okay. How many folks work at the library?
I have about 13 full and part-time people.
13 full.
Between both branches.
Okay, we've talked a lot about kids. What kind of services are available for adults?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lots.
Our summer reading program doesn't just it's for the kids, and that's where my heart is, for the kids. But the entire library staff wanted it to be for everyone. So when you sign up for summer reading program with the Newton County Library, it is from birth to senior adults. Our genealogy department kind of took over the adult program, which is great because they're the people that they see and talk to every day. So Miss Heather and Miss Trish do the adult programming, and they've got a self-defense class coming up. They walk in the morning. They had a canning class, book folding class. All of this is on our website, which Miss Heather takes care of also. And the calendar's there where you can see all the events for the little bitties all the way up to senior adults.
Okay, Carrie, real quick, tell us how to get to the website, give us a phone number, and then give me the hours of operation for the library.
The website can be directed two different ways. It's newtoncolib.org or neosholibrary.org. The phone number is 451-4231. And the hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 2.
Okay, we have been talking with Carrie Cline, who's the director of the Neosho Newton County Library, and Pam Swink, who is in charge of youth services. And you all don't just stay in Neosho. Once again, you go to Seneca as well. We're very fortunate to have two facilities in the county that we can actually service a whole lot of people. So if you get bored, you don't have anything else to do, first of all, go to Big Spring Park, go through the story walk. If it gets hot and miserable, it's air conditioned inside the library. Go in and get a craft kit and just spend some time with your family. That's what Southwest Missouri is all about. And it's a good time for you and your kids to get out and really enjoy the place that we live, because it is a great place, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.